Okay everybody, ProSpartanGamer here, back with some more PES 2016. It's not gameplay yet with the Spartans, unfortunately. This is the Spartans sort of trial one that I set up to do the Master League review on, and that. I'm still waiting for Konami to release their transfer patch, which hopefully will be the back end of this week, so then we can fly on with the Spartans. My game is pretty much edited up now, just waiting for championship kits, or the final championship kits, to be released from PESworld.co.uk, who I'm part of. The fantastic kits done by Glenn, Damos, Jordan and the gang there are in my game now, and I'm getting near capacity for kits. I've changed all the leagues, all the team names, copied a fair few base players that I want to keep in the game when the transfer patch kicks in, like your Gerrards and your Lampards and things like that. Just base copied them to created players, ready to put in some of the new clubs when we start. But this video is going to be about, I've got up to the January transfer window in this Spartans one, and I started playing a few games in that as well. So I wanted to show you a little bit more in depth about some of the new features that have been added to Master League this year, because obviously in my review I didn't know all of them. One new feature which I do like is the monthly stats. So we're going to look into that, and that's going to be our first point of call today. So monthly stats is off the My Team info sheet, and you've got this month and last month's player stats, this month and last month's team stats. Oh, we've got to go straight to last month because it's already kicked on. So we had a good month, we played all of them. One thing to tell you is that these stats will not appear if you skip games or you play them in coach mode. You've actually physically got to play them to create the stats. So we've had a very good month after a real difficult period on this sort of trial one where we lost shitloads of games. But we have just turned the corner of late, and there you see 4 wins and 2 losses in the month of December. Fairly straightforward, this page really. You've got goals ranking in the month, you've got assists and average team rankings. But these are the ones that are more interesting, if you like. So we attack just slightly more down the left than the right now. It's fairly even central left and right. Now, I looked at these after the first couple months when we were struggling, and I did find they were really useful, because I was doing a hell of a lot of attacking just down the left, because that was one of my better players, was on the left side. So we found someone who could play on the right, and the default guy, Pallister, is pretty decent if you play him on the right, to be fair. He's got an insane shot on him. I think his kicking power is mid-80s or something. So that's made our attack a little bit more varied. Still too much down the left, you might say, but we have got a threat down the right as well. And on the other one, obviously we're winning a lot of ball on our right-hand side of defence, but we're not. Our left-hand side of defence, we're obviously very weak down through the left back and left midfield. We don't win the ball very often down on this right hand side, as you can see, a 6, a 4 and a 4%. The ones at the top probably not so relevant. You can see that we've been playing a lot of possession football, slightly more long pass than short pass maybe. I'm not sure that will be the case, but the next page is the ones I like looking at. I think these are good stats, these ones on here. So you can see our low pass success rate is 90%, through balls 60%, lofted through balls just over 50. Not a lot of joy from the chipped through ball, and not a lot of joy from the cross at the moment. But what was very noticeable early on in the season was that we were conceding a shitloads of goals late in the game, between 76 to 90, which we've now really have sort of stopped that. I think our squad was quite tired early doors, and now it's started to become a little bit more physically fit, so we're surviving those onslaughts. But as you can see, we have scored 8 of our goals between minutes 16 and 45 in this month. So that's probably our purple time in the match, is midway through the first half to half time. We really do play strong and well then, and that's worth looking at there. Those stats, again, interesting stats, worth looking at. They do mean something in the game, so I think they're a good addition to this Master League. I really do. And again, this one, so the monthly stats, you've got dribbling, how successful they've been and how many attempts they've had at dribbling. So you can see our right midfielder, Pallister, has had 86 dribbles this month, 71 of which he's retained the ball. which is an 83% completion rate. All of them pretty good at the dribble on those top lots. Pass completion, you can see. Again, not harping on about it, but it would be great to see if you had a season one, not just last month, because then some of these stats would be really valuable. You know, it'd be 3 or 4 months worth of stats, and you could really have a look at whether a player is performing for you over the course of the season. So I've got to be honest, I thought Arcas wasn't doing very well for me. A default attacking midfielder, probably the best, the most valuable asset you've got when you start as a default. I didn't think he was doing that well, but when I looked into these stats, and I've looked at him over the last couple of months, he's been very successful in passing and retaining the ball when it's passed to him and things like that. So it made me have a different opinion on him, to be honest. And you can see our midfield dynamo, our destructive player in the midfield, Hetic, has won 21 tackles over there, which is very good as well. And there's some decent stats to be shown there. So I think definitely look at these stats. They are worth looking into on the Master League this year, and I think you will learn bits and bobs from them. I think the player stats are near enough exactly the same. It just shows you it in a different sort of graph, really. Just shows you individually there, more so what they've attempted as well. I suppose there is a little bit more there. You can see that our right back there has attempted 8 lofted through balls, and 63 of them has hit the target. He's not been so successful with a through ball. So there are some different stats there that are relevant, I think, as well. And how many interceptions they've had. Again, the midfielders, 2 there with 7. Sliding tackles, Hetic has won 5. He's tackled like a diamond in there. So I think there are some decent stats there to be added. I can't believe we've not had 1 block in the whole of the month there. But again, some decent stats on that page. If you haven't been looking into the stats, then obviously there are some good ones there. You now go, and this one's another one as well that is a new addition. I have had a couple injuries in the Master League this year, and they appear in there, which is decent. I had a couple out for 4 weeks, 2 players, so that's good. Obviously suspension. Just signed a boot backer on this one to have a look at him, so he's been selected for national team, which is it's a whole new graph here. No one's retiring, good. No players out on loan, and those are the players all on the transfer list that we're trying to get rid of from the default team at the moment. Don't know why Pallister's on there, he shouldn't be. So that's season results is your old chestnut with your player stats and everything. They're there, but you can also see. Oh, this does show you the season. So this does show you the player season stats, just not the team stats. So it is in there. This is very good. I didn't realise it was going to show you that much there. So you can see that Pallister has had 21 shots on goal at 24%. You can see he's had 103 dribbles now. Castledine has had 118 dribbles. It's very interesting. So pass receives in that there as well. So low passes. Arcos has attempted 100 passes so far, and 96% completion rate on them. Incredible. And then you go on to see that. So there is that on there. You've got to go in there to find the stats, player results and stuff. Why didn't they just put them on the other page? But they are there, and this is the season ones now that we found. But they're on a different page. They're in season results so far. And there you see how many goals we've conceded so far. Between 76 and 90 is 9. And we've scored 16 goals in that period in the first half. That is definitely our purple half, as you can see. And we've conceded 12 goals to the through ball. Sorry I've been a bit of a lemon there and didn't know that these existed, the season one so far. But we found them anyway. So we'll cut out that negativity that we were saying about it, and it's all in here. Like I say, stats, very good. Very good indeed, but I imagine they'll all be gone after this season, and they won't be career stats, which would be my biggest bind. And then you've got your player results, which is obviously your goal scoring, and that which we're used to from previous PESs. Team results, just telling you how you got on. So some good new additions to the stats pages there. Didn't know if you've seen them before, but that's just what I wanted to show you in this video really. The other change as well is in this one, contract renewal. You can renew contracts midway through their term now, which is quite decent. And the other thing that happened to me, I don't know if it's happened to you guys, I didn't know it did happen, but I've had manager offers. I've got none at the moment because I've just turned them down, but I had about 6 manager offers in the first 6 months of my tenure, and I could have changed clubs mid-season in January, so that's a good addition as well. There's quite a few new things that are popping out now as we're playing it and we're going on this mock one before we start the Spartans, and I just thought I would drop in and show you them. So stat pages explained there. I reckon they're very good stats and they're worth having. Again, and there are those ones so far. So if you look here, like the passes received, I interpret that stat as Arquez has received 156 passes and he's retained possession 125 times with them. Okay, so that's how I interpret that stat. So very good stats. Matheson or Matheson Sausages, as we call him, has scored 7 goals from 22 shots at the top there, which is fairly decent. So like I say, some really good stats there. Don't ignore them. I think they will help you build a good side in the Master League. Thanks guys. Hopefully the Spartans Master League will be starting a couple days, I'm sure, after Konami reach their transfer patch. So look out for that. Cheers dudes. Stay safe.